Live worldwide, let's first welcome to the ring the challenger from Australia, Dempsey the Tower McKeen.
One of the most amiable, chatty fighters on the modern scene. The polite but dangerous Tower. The 6'6" Australian Dempsey McKeen entering this Kingdom Arena. And he is indeed a man from down under. A former rugby player. He came to boxing really through MMA. But he's racked up 22 wins in 23, and he wants his place in this heavyweight world, Aaron.
He does. He's had a taste of the big fights when he lost to Filip Hrgovic, a fight where he would have learned an awful lot. He had moments in that fight, but this is a different task altogether. You got a guy in front of you who's being spoken about, beating potentially Mike Tyson's record of being the youngest ever heavyweight champion of the world. What can this man do? Can he get that experience into this fight? It's a tough task.
And now let's welcome to the ring the undefeated defending champion from England, Moses Itauma.
Is this teenager the future of the world heavyweight picture? Many current fighters and former champions pretty much universally agree that Moses Itauma will develop into a huge star at the top of this pugilistic tree. He's still in the embryonic stages, the early education, but the signs are really good. A sparkling southpaw. He's crushing tough opposition, and he looks the real deal, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. He looks everything as a future star to me. You know, the movement he has. Now look at this. 69% think he'll win. Only 31% think Dempsey McKeen, the more experienced, bigger guy, will win. And that just shows the hope and the belief that everyone has in him most of the time that he will be a future star.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our co-main event. It is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it will be for the WBO Intercontinental, vacant WBA International, and vacant Commonwealth Silver Heavyweight Championships. Brought to you by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, with Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions, Bob Arum for Top Rank Incorporated, and Sella, in association with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing and Gold Star Promotions. Along with our great sponsors, Saudi Tourism Authority, Saudi National Bank, STC, Dr. Suleiman El Habib Medical Group, Saudi Airlines, New Muraba Development Company, Taunia, Lucid Motors, and Altan Feedy. Sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, board representatives Robin Smith and Robert W. Smith, along with the World Boxing Organization. President and Supervisor Gustavo Olivetti. The World Boxing Association. President Gilberto Mendoza Jr., Supervisor Thomas Poots, and the Commonwealth Boxing Council Supervisor Simon Block. Our 3 judges assigned will be Oliver Bryan of Germany, Leszek Jankowiak of Poland, and John Latham of England. Our referee in charge, third man in the ring, will be Bob Williams of England. Introducing to you first the challenger, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing white with black and blue and weighed in officially at 251.1 pounds. Coming to us from Gold Coast, Australia, he brings a professional record consisting of 22 wins, just 1 defeat, 14 of those 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former Australia, the former WBO Asia Pacific, and the former IBF Intercontinental Champion, Dempsey the Tower McKean. And his opponent across the ring in this co-main event, he is the defending champion, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing black with white and weighed in officially at 249.1 pounds. Hailing from Chatham, Kent, England, he had a stellar amateur career, and now at age 19, he is undefeated as a professional with 10 wins, 8 of those 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Moses Itauma.
Okay, gentlemen, this is for the WBO and WBA Intercontinental and International titles. When I say box, you box. When I say break, you break. Obey my commands at all times. In the event of somebody getting knocked down, you go to the furthest neutral corner until you get further instruction. Touch gloves.
11th professional outing for the sizzling southpaw, Moses Itauma, as he looks to catapult himself to the higher echelons of the heavyweight division in double quick time. So far, so good. But a tall, decent man in front of him in Dempsey McKeen, with ambition of his own, rebuilding after that 12th round defeat to Filip Hrgovic. He's had a long training camp in Australia, been sparring with Jai Opetaia and others. He's confident of causing an upset. He's got a decent team with him, but Itauma could be very, very special.
No, he is. He's a ridiculous talent. The variation, the spite and the shots, the know-how, always setting traps, razor sharp hands.
I'm just saw it there, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Not too sure about the talent, the tape, though, that we see. He looks taller, Dempsey McKeen, and it looks like he's got a longer reach also. Can he deal with this extremely talented fighter in Itauma?
Barry, it's the fast hands, isn't it? The mobility, the speed of shot from Itauma.
Yeah, and the angle and the variety that he has. Now he can dip his shoulder and punch in an upward angle, a little shovel shot here, screw shot there. With Dempsey McKeen, if he's going to have a high guard and wobble that arm in front to keep Itauma at bay, but look at the elbows, look how wide the elbows are. You've got to be careful there, because Itauma comes in low and he works that body, he might be in trouble.
Oh! Massive shot in the opening minute and a half here, and Dempsey McKeen takes a very heavy fall, and Itauma could be on the brink of another emphatic fast victory. He knocked out Marius back in a couple of rounds. And now for Dempsey McKean. Can the Australian recover? He's trying to get his stance back, but Itauma. That's it. Won't recover from that. Fight's done. Corner in. Itauma wins in one. And it's devastating fashion as Dempsey McKean is blown away. And that's victory number 11 and another knockout. And maybe he could become the youngest heavyweight champion in history.
That was meant to be a test for him. That was a step up, a massive step up. That was a test. He's meant to be at least a little difficulty there. And he literally blasted him out there. Unbelievable shot.
Incredible. This young man is a future superstar. Mark my words, that was phenomenal. Absolutely remarkable. The way he's dispatched McKean there, an experienced fighter in comparison. Easy work for Moses Itauma.
It was impressive how calm he was in his approach. When he knocked him down, he was stalking him, waiting to get on him, but still, he didn't rush it. He just waited for the opportunity to do that big shot over the top. I don't know what's more impressive, the shot that he knocked him down with, the last shot, or McKean got it back up.
Yeah.
I know how long and hard Dempsey McKean had trained for that, and Moses Itauma blows him away. Marius Fact told me, the last man that went in with Itauma, he was part of Usyk's training camp, and he said he could not deal with the speed and the angles. And I think that's what it is. Itauma, southpaw as well, 19 years old.
Exactly. You took the number out of my mouth. 19 years old. Incredible.
So just to recap, Mike Tyson was 20 years and 4 months when he became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. So Itauma might have to do it by April.
Sorry, Adam.
This is the finish.
Look at that, there was a feint before the first knockdown, there was a feint before he attacked. He put a little feint, attack, and look at that. Left hand, so cuffing shot on the top of the head. McKean gets up a little bit too early, but he finds his feet and he regains his feet. But Itauma was waiting for him. He was so calm and just looking at McKean, looking for the spot, just looking for the mistake. And then the second knockdown, look at that. He goes down low with the one, over the top with the left. That is textbook, that is. Dips the knees, so he gets full leverage with that arcing shot over the top. Watch it now. Touch low, bam, right over the top. That's a crushing shot.
Absolute class. And that was a career heaviest he's been, Itauma, and you can see the difference in the shots. It was always a big puncher, but they were devastating blows.
And that's why they get paid the most money, for that. One, you've got to take that shot. Two, you give us that.
Dempsey McKean was back in his corner, shaking his head. He just didn't know what hit him. As Moses Itauma gets his 9th stoppage win. It's just ridiculous the way that he is taking out these seasoned campaigners, and surely he's a world heavyweight champion of the future whenever they decide to take that step.
Where do you go with him, Darren? I mean, it's almost an answerable question, isn't it? No, it's too far.
Well, Moses Itauma, maybe he'll be back in February or March. February 22nd's already stacked and crammed. Best card ever. Bivol, Beterbiev go at it again. Beterbiev took the treasure last time. Some thought Bivol should have won it. They rematch quickly. February 22nd, and remember, Dubois and Parker and many others are on there as Moses Itauma does his hair. And why not? Lovely guy out of the ring. Menacing in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 57 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by way of technical knockout, still WBO Intercontinental and new WBA International and Commonwealth Silver Heavyweight Champion, Moses Itauma.